Hello everybody, Jenny here with Dental Ops Pro, and I know today's scenery is a little different than usual, but I figure since today's video is a little different than usual, this is a good place to start. So over the past year, I have found myself in different positions and yes, in different offices, trying to find a home in the community of the dental field. And it's been a tough ride. I'd like to share that with you. If you don't mind, just have a seat, maybe have a glass of wine, as some of this may resonate with you, and let's get this video started. So from the years 2017 to the beginning of this year of 2025, I was an office manager for a general dentist practice. And although in the beginning I was really happy with where I was and what I was doing, towards the end it kind of got not what I was expecting. So originally when I had this position, I was recommended by a former coworker, and she gladly recommended me for the position. And at the time, I was not happy with my office, so I took the position. And slowly but surely, the drama started. There became a lot of competition, a lot of hate. And towards the end, my words and my opinions were overshadowed by another person's. And I slowly became unsure of myself as a leader, as a manager, and as a voice. I felt my work start to deteriorate. I lost my passion for what I was doing. And I guess in the end it showed, because in February, I was finally let go. Now, I want to say that I was surprised about this, but when you feel other people's words start to be negative towards what you're doing and what your input is, I guess it wasn't really a surprise. So I quickly got on my feet and I found another job at an office that was just 35 minutes away from me in the city of Boca Raton as a dental receptionist. So a big step down from what I was used to in my office, where I was an office manager. I had 4 dentists, 7 hygienists. We were like 12 operatories, 2 different offices. So constantly busy, constantly something to do. We accepted most major insurances, and I had a huge staff to take care of like 15. And in the office in Boca Raton, where I took my position as a dental receptionist, we took no insurances. It was only the doctor, so he did all his cleanings, he did all the procedures himself, so we saw 1 patient at a time, and we didn't take any insurances. So it was a slow schedule, and it was not something that I was used to. I felt myself quickly get restless as to where I was and what I was doing. And to be honest, the dentist was close to retirement, so he was a little cranky and stuck in his ways. And then it happened. My nephew was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and he quickly started to need my attention at home. The doctor saw my attention start to weave from the position, and I didn't explain to him. I didn't have an open communication as to what it was that was happening at home. I left the position. I left the position because I wasn't happy with how slow it was, how bored I was, and I guess I should have really sat back and appreciated what I had there. So it was a small office. It was only myself, the dentist, and 1 dental assistant who I got along great with, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough for me at that time. So I left that office and I went into an oral surgeon's office. Now for this office, they had 3 doctors, 3 oral surgeons, a full staff, and I got into that position as a treatment coordinator with the opportunity of growing into being the office manager for one of their locations. But I quickly learned that I wasn't ready for their expectations either. They were a very fast moving office. They wanted the insurance verified the benefits calculated within 5 minutes, and they wanted me to present and make sure I closed. So I was very experienced with dental insurances, so I was able to verify the insurance, accumulate the benefits, present it to the patients. But they felt that as I was learning, they also wanted me to manage the office, despite the fact that I was starting as their treatment coordinator. So in this office, I felt like they didn't train me, or they didn't give me the opportunity to learn how the office was running before assuming the role as their office manager. They weren't open with me with what they were expecting, and I was assuming that what I was doing was correct for what they were expecting. It wasn't until one day, 3 months in, that I saw my position open on Indeed. I had an alert on my phone and my position was up. So I quickly went to the office manager at the time and I was like, what's going on here? And they said, yes, you're not coming up to snuff. You're not going around managing the staff and you're not leading with authority. And I was a little confused on this and I told her just so. I said that I was learning the ropes as their dental treatment coordinator. And I assumed that once they thought I was ready, they would let me know and train me to be the manager and what that role in their office entailed. But she said they assumed that with my experience, I would know all of that, and I was lost. So the owner learned that I already knew that they were looking for somebody else to fill my position, and he went to me and he says, Jen, I don't see you having a future here. So if you don't step up, then yes, we are going to replace you. So I told him that all of the work that I was doing, and I was closing most of my cases. I think it was like, I calculated it, it was like a 98%. So rarely did I have a patient say no to me. And I told him that I assumed that as a dental treatment coordinator, that was the role that I should concentrate on. And he stated the same thing that the office manager stated to me, that he wanted me more to manage the staff and manage the office, and that was the role that he wanted me to fulfill. I told him the same thing, that that wasn't explained to me, and he said he shouldn't have to explain anything to me. So I didn't appreciate his approach. I didn't appreciate the way he talked to me. I didn't appreciate the fact that he said I had no future in his office. And I took that weekend to think about it, and I decided to resign from that position. And in a way, I kind of regret doing that so quickly. Maybe I could have stepped up. I could have learned the ropes of what it was exactly that they were asking for me. But the fact that A, they didn't train me, they weren't open to communication, and they were already replacing me or looking to replace me, I had lost the trust in the office and in the position. And I didn't feel like they were an office that I should extend any more energy into. And it was disappointing because I did like the staff there. I was enjoying the office. I was enjoying the flow. I love the quick pace of everything, the emergencies, all of it. I love the way that, for the most part, how they were doing things. They introduced me to a consistent morning huddle. They introduced me to strict guidelines to follow, but that open communication in regards to training just wasn't there. And I knew that that wasn't an office that I wanted to work for. After I left that office, I quickly found another one as a treatment coordinator in Boynton. And just the same as the second office, he was a one doctor office, but he also had a hygienist and he took insurance. And at this point, I was more eager to find an office and stay there versus actually finding something that I saw myself long term. I just wanted some consistency at this point. So I went in for the working interview, and despite my better judgment of not liking the staff that was there, not really feeling comfortable with the doctor, I took the position. And quickly that unraveled in front of my face. Every day I was dreading walking in because I did not like the staff. I did not like my coworkers. They were constantly gossiping, constantly pointing out what was wrong with everything. The negative energy just drained me every day. but I stuck to it just because I just wanted consistency. I just wanted to stay somewhere for at least 6 months to a year. At that point was all I was asking for. And it was because of all of this that I was feeling. The staff members were complaining about me, saying that I was sticking to myself, that I wasn't a team player. They were nitpicking at my work, complaining about me to the doctor. The doctor did not come to me with any of these complaints. And out of nowhere, actually, this time I felt like it, he came to me and he said he had to let me go. In all honesty, I think part of the reason was because I was really expensive for his office. He had a very slow schedule. It was not consistent. He was having problems keeping patients on the schedule because I guess they weren't liking him either. I knew he couldn't really afford me, so a part of me believes that he let me go just because of the expense of me. And in so many words, that is what he told me. So I was fired from that position. And I am currently only working Sundays as a treatment coordinator in an office, and I love them. I love their open communication. I love their patience with me. They're constantly training me. They're letting me know what it is that they're expecting of me. I am growing. I went from dental receptionist on Sundays to now the treatment coordinator, and I'm going to grow again as an office manager assistant on Sundays. And I feel like with every step of what they're expecting of me, they are open, they are training me, they're letting me know, coaching me, and I feel like I know what I want from an office. I know what I want from a job. And I know that I am learning with every job that didn't work out or that I was let go of or that I quit. I know what I did wrong. I know what I felt like they did that did not resonate with me or that I did not appreciate. I know what kind of office I want to work for. And in all of this, in 2025, I am learning more and more of how to manage an office and of all the different kinds of offices that are out there. Take, for instance, the Boynton office. I see how important it is to be open and to communicate and to like the coworkers that you're with. From the oral surgeon's office, I know the importance of training and that open communication and onboarding. They did not onboard me at all. They just like gave me a clipboard and was like, go for it. And was angry with each mistake that I made or what they felt was not appropriate because they didn't train me. So I know when I do find my office, what I'm looking for. And I know that if I don't see it in an office, not to just take the position because I need a job. I'm not looking for a job. I'm looking for a home. And a part of me is making this video sort of to record keep my life so I can look back and say, I remember when I was going through that. And a part of me is making this video for somebody out there that's going through the same thing, that's bouncing around from job to job, or does not feel like they're in the right position. There are other offices out there. And even though those offices didn't work for me, they're going to work for somebody else. You know, there's an office out there for everybody. I remember thinking that each office has its own personality, and you just have to see which personality fits best for you. And even if these offices didn't work for me, they taught me a little bit more about myself, about my capabilities, and what I'm looking for. So thank you. Thank you for listening to me rant shortly, however I may be. And as I look onward and forward, so let me know if you're going through something similar. I'd like to hear everybody else's story of what they're going through this year, because I know it's tough out there all around, not just for me. So yeah, leave a comment below. Don't worry, starting tomorrow, I'll start uploading my usual content. So don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.